you have to watch out for your fellow teammates, whether it be from the other team or your own team. You know, it just kind of develops like every other mosh pit does. People get excited, people start falling down.
Well, it actually goes back to 1994 before the Columbus race down there, the Spring Nationals, and I used to drive the truck, and Nicky and my brother and Donnie Bender, they were in the van.
So one day I told Jim O, I said, hey, if we win this race, I'm going to punch you in the gut on the starting line. And he's like, all right, if we win this race, you know, you can punch me in the gut. We win the race, you know, we're all celebrating, jumping up and down. I run over, and Jim O stands there, and he's like, yeah, you know, and I slug him in the gut. My wrist bent back, my hand, and man, I was like, oh, you know. And then Donnie Bender runs up, slugs him in the gut, you know, and he's like, you know, everybody started hitting him in the gut. And that's really kind of how the mosh pit originated. You know, there was a lot of, you know, every race after that, it's like, hey, you know, we didn't even have to talk about it. Like, if we won a race, I slugged Jim O in the gut. Usually a lot of other guys, John O would slug him.
And then, you know, we did, you know, like between my brother and I and Nicky, and then we'd all like hit each other in the stomach. And then the guys in the team, they've taken it to the next level where we still beat the crap out of each other, but then they turned this mosh pit into it where, you know, their own little version of it.
And the way that the Kalitta team operates, I mean, we've always said we're one big team with 4 cars. We get a lot of people on the starting line.
The winning team gets rushed from basically everybody that gets in them. Yeah, it's a good time for the guys that do get in there.
Just keep pushing people off of you and out of your way as much as you can, and try to look for something soft to land on.
Who would you say is the most dangerous person in the mosh pit?
Stephen Hashing. He likes to tackle people. Yeah, there's a couple guys. Alex Diekfus. He likes to throw people in the thing.
The littlest guy, Dustin Cowan's probably the most dangerous.
Dustin, he does some flying stuff. I mean, that guy, there's pictures of him horizontal in the air.
No, I'll jump on somebody, but I don't do low blows. I'll give them a noogie here and there, maybe until they start bleeding, but not, you know, maybe a punch here or there, but I try to stay away from the punching, so.
The one that scares me the most is my brother, and for obvious reasons, because he throws some low blows.
I don't know, I get accused of hitting people low, but, you know.
I think, like, if him and Mike Tyson ever got in a fight, there'd be ears missing and be a lot of groin shots that would not be very good.
Well, you can just look at my brother at, where was it, Brainerd. He ran away like a little girl from my niece, so he didn't want to be anywhere near there.
I run like hell for my daughter because she's developed a pretty good right hook here lately. And so.
Well, I'd rather just take on my dad one-on-one than take on the 40 other guys that are in the mosh pit, so gotta beat up on someone. It's definitely a good way to relieve some tension and stuff, I think. Get back at him a little bit, yeah.
The only guy that he's probably a bigger wuss than me in the whole mosh pit thing is Nicky Bonafanti.
I actually got hurt a few times in the mosh pit, so it can be pretty scary sometimes. There are a lot of big guys jumping around on top of you.
It's a big tradition for us at Kalitta Motorsports. We like to have and celebrate a victory. Usually it's mainly the younger crowd that gets in there. The more seasoned people, we tend to stay away. We might get hurt at the bottom of the pile.
Well, there's a lot of things they got to watch out for, because what happens usually is smaller guys will get drug in, you know, and they don't have much of a choice. What I recommend is, if you want to work at Kalitta Motorsports, you weigh at least 300 pounds and you are tough. And you better know how to take a punch. So, you know, that they should be on your resume.